SimRacing Expo closed its doors yesterday. What was our experience? Find out right here, right now. Greetings Rummies and welcome to Rom, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing. Welcome to the channel, thanks for stopping by. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. Let us share our first impressions of this year's SimRacing Expo in Nuremberg. Man, what a rush! We spent Thursday and Friday talking to anyone and everyone at the expo and part of the Saturday incognito, just looking around and taking in the views and sounds. And while for me it was not the first expo, though the first expo in the Nuremberg Trade Fair Center, Cody completely felt like a kid in a candy store, being able to test everything, sit in every rig, race around and get the feeling of a lot of the products. Because if there's one thing you can do here is feel the hardware. Find out if it fits or not, know what you are selling your kidney for. Most bigger companies had their hardware installed and ready to race, so you could experience it fully and enough people in their booth to help set up, explain and often asking and listening for feedback. All of the hardware players in the sim racing ecosystem made a good showing, with Asetek's booth being the flashiest and in sim by far the most friendly. Not that the people in other booths were unfriendly by any meaning of the word. Everyone here was friendly and kind to each other, even the YouTubers, influencers or however you want to call us all. And shout out to Random Call Sign for being so extremely friendly, generous and open-hearted towards us. Regarding Sims, only Raceroom made a showing, which is a pity and understandable in equal parts. A pity because what better place to show your product? Understandable because Kunos has nothing new to show, Motorsport Games and R-Factor 2's future is questionable, Reza, a small company who possibly could not afford it, and iRacing's iRacing. They don't seem to like Europe and Europeans that much. This was a meeting of equals when it comes to our love for driving fast while standing still, and it showed in the way we all came together and enjoyed the time here. If there's one unkind thing to say about the expo, it was the organization. Not only did we have to get to the complete other side of the fair after coming out of the underground train station, where luckily a shuttle bus was at everyone's disposal, the SimRacing Expo Hall was set up in a way you had to walk 10 minutes from the entrance to get in, and contrary to what is common everywhere else, we did not have a press room where to sit and relax and maybe conduct interviews in a more silent surrounding, let alone recharge the batteries from cameras, mobile phones or our own. If this was the first year the SimRacing Expo had been organized, this could get a pass, but this is very amateurish work by the organizers year after year after year. Add to this that there was a lot of empty spaces in the middle of the expo and you get the impression the organizers were not well organized themselves. But these inconveniences aside, the expo was a great place to bathe in and expand our joy of sim racing. Huizenveld had the largest booth that we've ever seen them in, and were showing their newest software, which lets you do changes in the pedal settings on the fly, even with the flip of a switch or the pressing of a button, so you can go from wet to dry configuration or aggressive to endurance without ever taking your eyes off the track. Fanatic, who are celebrating 25 years of existence, brought their QR2 year, and verily, we can confirm we have seen the thing of legend. It exists. We'll have more on it in the news from the expo tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Asetek, as we said, had the flashiest booth, and in any case a big booth, and seemed to be working on a new rim, more in the expo news. Nintendo had a bit empty booth with some Nintendo Switches, extremely friendly people at the booth, but it felt to us like they were a bit lost. The better Nintendo presence was to be found in the InSim booth with a Mario Kart rig. in Sim also presenting their products and most especially their tactile transducer system. Again, more about it in our news. One thing that blew our mind was the card rig Eau Rouge brought with them. Eau Rouge being a small Belgian company with an extremely well chosen name. But check out this rig. You sit like in a cart, drive it like in a cart, and it has tactile transducers directly under your bum. Talk about butt kickers. And of course, SimuCube were letting everyone feel their newest product, the active pedals, and collecting feedback, especially for the software which SimuCube are still working on and which we are very sure will include the feedback from the visitors at their booth at the expo. Of course, these were not the only companies there, but the ones which for one reason or another made the biggest impression on us. We are already working on the video with the news from the expo, and you will find it on the video to the right soon, or go check the playlist to the left. Until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other on the podium.